No, this is not a dream. You're in the world of Inside Speaks. We're inspiring you to find happiness in your world. Guess what? We outside with it. We like to hammock camp, bike, as well as ruck. That's right. I'm an Army veteran. I served 2 tours, man, with some great individuals, man. We had our ups, we had our downs, just like you go through in life. But I tell you what, I'm going to share some of them stories with you on this channel. Two tours, man, with some great individuals, man. We had our ups, we had our downs, just like you go through in life. But I tell you what, I'm going to share some of them stories with you on this channel. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, man. It's your boy Inside, and I want to make sure that you guys are getting everything that you deserve when you come to this show. So welcome back. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. And what we talking about today, we are talking about joining the military and what you expect live on YouTube. Check this out, man. This is a great conversation. You know what I'm saying? I got some extra waters right here because when you join the military, you better learn one thing first. Get ready to hydrate. There's something about drink water. Now, I'm giving you the aspect from a person that came from Dallas, Texas, born and raised in Dallas, Texas, never really left Texas, period, until I joined the military. Mind blowing, right? So if there's individuals out there that is about to join and you've never witnessed the world, never really seen the world outside of your city or state, get ready for a bombardment of, well, I didn't know that. Damn, people do that? Yo, that's different. Wait a minute. You know, anyways, man, welcome back, man. It's your boy Inside. I am your host for today, and we're going to rock out, man. As you guys see, I came prepared. Man. I even got some tape on the table, and I'm going to talk about the tape later, right? But anyways, listen, there are things that people think they know about the military, and I'm giving the Army side of this, right? Others can talk about the Air Force, the Navy. You know, now they got space things going on, you know what I mean? And you can talk about the Marines, right? But I'm giving you the aspect from a civilian, used to be, turned soldier, now veteran, right? So I've deployed. I could talk about that. I could talk about the transition from civilian life to military life, and I could talk about how to go from military life back to civilian life. So I'm pretty much an expert in this topic. And it was very, very important to talk about this. A video came up, and big shout out to Hargis. I see you on here, bro. I actually served with that brother too. And the reason why this came to my mind is because Hargis actually sent me a link to one of the units I used to be in. And shout out to 610 BSB, right? And This is about 20 years ago when this video was produced, right? And when the video, I watched the video in its entirety. Some of them people are not living anymore. Some of these people are still here doing different things, and some of these people are just getting out, serving their whole 20 years and basically retiring, right? So I have seen a little bit of it all. So what's the first thing you should expect when you go to the service? Now, before you even get on the bus to get down the road, first you got to go what? You got to go to the MEP station. Well, not even MEPS, man. You might have had somebody come to your school. You may have had a homeboy like I did. I had a homeboy that was going to go sign up. And I kind of went with him to go to the recruiting office. And I went with him because he wanted to go. And ended up, he didn't even go. I ended up going and he didn't go. You know what I mean? So everybody's got their own reasons. But I'm going to say this before we get any further. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share this with someone that is thinking about going to the service, right? And especially if they're going to the military, especially if they're going to the Army. You want to watch this. All right. So with that being said, right, when you get out here and you've been watching these movies like Rambo and all these movies you've been watching, don't get too hyped up. I don't expect you're going to get out here and jump behind this mob deuce and start laying lead down range. It don't work that way. I know a lot of people thought that. It don't work that way. It don't work that way. You get your first experience when you get to the recruiting office. You get to the recruiting office, they're going to treat you all kind. Hey, man, come on. They're going to welcome you in. Come on in, man. Come have a sit down. Tell us about yourself. You know, you're going to get in there and start talking about yourself. All right, you got any felonies? You been in any trouble, man? Don't worry about that. We'll find a way to work it out. I'm talking about you're going to be their best friend. You're going to be thinking in your mind, oh, wow, I'm winning right now. People finally treating me right. And most people that go serve, they've had some trouble, right? They dealt with some grief, they had some pain. They have their own reason. Everybody got their own reason why they go sign up, right? When I signed up, it was around a 9/11 deal. My family was struggling. And when you find out you get paid to do this service, oh, I'm gung ho. Let's go. I'm ready to ride. Right. But at the time, I was in the graffiti world doing the painting and stuff like that. And my graffiti brother, he's the one that wanted to go. His dad served and he went, signed up, didn't get the opportunity to go. I went. I ain't really having nothing else going on anyway. And I ended up going. Right. So get to the recruiting office. They're going to get you signed up. So say you get signed up. Boom. All right. Right. So once you're signed up, this is what they're going to do. They're going to send you. Now, when I went, they sent us to this nice hotel. You know, we actually had a stayover, nice hotel, get their sign up, put your hand on the book. Hey, I solemnly swear to protect this country, wooty wooty whoop, right? Take a little grandiose picture and you're off. You can hop on a nice little tour bus looking thing and they ride you all the way to the hotel where you got to stay over. Get to the hotel, right? Boom. You in there eating up, having a good time. You over there bragging about what's going on, man. I'm finna serve my country. Yeah. And you're meeting different people from different places and stuff like that. While you're having conversations, half the people don't know what's going on. They telling you what they think is going to happen, and you are not prepared at all. By no means what's about to happen to you. All right. I don't care how many videos you watch. I don't care if you did ROTC in your high school. None of that prepares you for what's going to happen. So you get to the hotel. I got to the hotel. Boom. Over there eating up a storm, eating candy, drinking sodas, just going in. All right, they prepare you to go get on your flight. Now, I got shipped to Georgia, Augusta, Georgia. Fort Benning, Georgia, okay? Home of the infantry. Yeah. Yeah. So you get off the nice bus, you get to the hotel, you get shipped, get the plane ticket, and you're off. And this was my first time ever being on a plane. So I told you I got all specs of this. Right? So first time ever getting on a plane, got on a plane, flew over, landed, boom. We get there. Now we're riding all the way to where we got to go do basic at. Now, when I went, now I don't know, times may have changed. But once I got to basic and we got off them, before we even got off the bus, this dude comes on, big brimmed hat, drill sergeant. First time ever meeting a drill sergeant. Man, when I tell you, you think you're bad. You think you're bad until you meet a drill sergeant that's been in for quite some time. He already frustrated because he got to meet some new soldiers. He really want to go home, but he got to do this. It's the detail. I got to get this done before I can go home to my people. Boom. Come on there. Get off the bus. Get off the bus. You go from immediately eating all this good food, having a good time in the air to landing, getting to your first basic training location to all hell breaks loose. Yeah, they're not going to tell you none of that. They ain't telling you none of that in the recruiting place. What they're talking about in recruiting place, yeah, you're going to be able to go to school, man. You're going to get some good money, man. All your worries is about to go out the door. That's what they tell you at the recruiting place. But once you get to the building, once you get to, now I went to Benton. I don't know where y'all end up at, but I went to Benton. So when I got to Benton and that brother got on that bus, and he told us all to get off the bus. So we run, get off. Everybody running, get off the bus. Now everybody think they are a Billy badass. Everybody thinks they're a Billy badass. Okay, and I get it. You got some people from the rough of the city. You got some people that's family that's been in the military, so they kind of know what to expect, and then you got some other people that are just lost in the sauce. They just here. You know what I mean? Maybe they're recovering and they found a way to escape, and the military was their escape, which is a lot of us. All right, so they get there, boom, when they tell you to drop your bags, pick up your bags, drop your bag. You do that. We did that up and down until we started pouring out sweat. All right, first day in basic. First day, right? You're getting issued your stuff, and at this time, they gave us what they call rubber ducks. These rubber duckies, these rubber ducky weapons. It looks like a real weapon. No, it's rubber ducks. That's what you walk around with. This is what you're in. You get issued your PT stuff. You get to issue your gear. And at this time, I was in BDUs, right? And I got some images to show. Okay, so, and I'm just giving y'all my whole synopsis of what my journey was like, so you can kind of have a heads up on what to expect. Right. So when you get there, you're getting called all types of names. You guys remember the movie Major Payne? If you guys ever seen Major Payne, just the first few moments of him meeting the little kids and how hard he was going at the kids, multiply that by 30. Matter of fact, multiply that by 50. You know what I mean? No, matter of fact, multiply that by 100. Right? Because he was calling them maggots. We were the scum of earth. Y'all are not soldiers. Just because you raise your hand, that don't make you a soldier. You ain't proved yourself yet. And that's what we was getting. We was getting that all through basic, the whole way through. I'm talking about all the way through, right? So you get the basic dude thing. Now you're meeting other people. But you got to understand, you're going to meet other people that they ain't from where you from. They got their own way of thinking. They got their own way of coming up. You got to deal with some people with some attitudes, i.e. people like me. And you got to deal with all type of people, personalities. And we was in a 50-man bay. These are all dudes, 50-man bay. Ain't no ass around. So, you know what I mean? There's a lot of hostility, a lot of anger. You know what I mean? People realizing this is not what they want to do. Some people were thinking, okay, I'm in the right spot. I need some type of discipline. Yeah, it gets intense. Now, I don't know. Times may have changed. Yeah, I remember that bus ride for real. I'll never forget that bus ride because right after we got the bus ride, now they're telling us we have to go do some field training. This is, week one, you just getting in. You know what I mean? They toss in the room, you're tossing your barracks. They doing that every night, middle of the night, right? It's like right when you're getting that deep sleep after being up 13, 14 hours. Right when you're getting that deep sleep, that's when drill sergeants come in and they tossing everything. They tossing everything, right? So now you're pissed off. Like, man, I just learned how to do this 45 and y'all tossing my stuff. And your body language talks a little bit more than your mouth. Drill sergeants been doing this for quite some time. Especially, and man, we had a god dang E7 drill sergeant. Normally, you get somebody that's lower ranking. We had somebody that was from the old school, so he wasn't hearing it. He wasn't having it. I don't care if you had your bunk A1 squared away. It was wrong. It was wrong. Middle of the night, your stuff getting tossed. Now, after this goes on for quite some time, you start to kind of get used to it. So you know you're going to get smoked. And for those that don't understand the term smokes mean when you are going to end up being disciplined by physical training. And you guys be in the gym or you work out enough, you'll know your body will start steaming. You know, all the water you've been drinking is about to come out of your pores, right? So that's what the term means when I say smoke. All right. So remember, I went to Fort Benning. Yeah, go to the fucking wood line. Yes, sir. And we had a healthy wood line in Georgia. We had some healthy pine tree wood lines and running back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And everything you get into what they're doing. Before we scare you to shit, let me tell you something. This is what they're doing. They're breaking you from what you were so used to as a civilian. They're breaking you down. This is all basic is for. It's to break you down, to rebuild you up into someone with some structure. That's it. That's all it is. Now they treating you like dog shit and giving you the man, you know, they give you cleaning. This is how funny our drill sergeants were, right? They'll show you the cleaning stuff. They'll show you the cleaning things. And you think you're going to use those cleaning things for Sundays, because Sundays normally the days when you clean everything up, right? You think you're going to be using the cleaning tools. Oh, no. You finna be on hand, foot scrubbing like lost slave. You finna be scrubbing and cleaning the spots that's not even there. Then once they start to see that you got a little discipline in you, they'll let you use the machine and then cut the machine off in the middle and then come in there and throw a whole bunch of pool of mud on the floor. So you can redo it again. This is what you call building muscle memory. This is breaking you down from what you used to know and training you up as the way the soldiers go. This is the game. And it's a mental game. It's physical, but it's more mental. And this is when you start to see people be like, I can't do this no more. And you know, what you gonna say? They pop smoke. Come get me. Come get me. I made a wrong decision in my life. I should have never signed up for this. I'm not ready for this. You know, but once you pass to hell, you know what I'm saying? That part, and that's really the first 2 weeks, right? After the first 2 weeks, it gets a little smoother because you already know every day I'm gonna get smoked for something. Every day I'm gonna do something wrong. And at this time, we was in the BDUs where you had to keep your stuff clean, dress right, you had to shine your boots. At the same time, you had to keep up with your weapon. Everybody wasn't able to keep up with the weapons. Everybody wasn't able to keep their locker straight. Everybody didn't really have that discipline. So when one gets in trouble, everybody gets in trouble. And this is when I first learned about blanket parties. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Remember I said we had an old drill sergeant. We had the old drill sergeant. Old drill sergeant said, y'all need to handle your shit. You need to handle your stuff. I'm learning not to cuss on YouTube. You need to handle your stuff. You need to orderly handle your stuff. This is when you start to get people getting designated. By week 3, they're starting to designate who's going to be the leaders, platoon leaders, and stuff like that. People are chosen. And when people are chosen, everything lands on them. So what you got to do? Oh, man. Yeah, after red phase, you start to building back up. Yeah, and that's what I was talking about. As they break you down, you build you up. There's different phases and stuff, you know. And our basic, we didn't really get to show our banner. We was what the military would call 8 up. We was 8 up, but we was bad. Yeah, I mean, we was bad, but we stuck together after a while. After a few weeks of learning who people were, and like me, I never really left Texas until joining the military, so I didn't know how other people talk. The different not languages. We all speak English, but the different ways people speak to each other. Like people from Chicago, they'd be like son. Only person that ever called me son was my old man. Automatic trigger. I'm fighting everybody. I'm small. I'm fighting everybody. I'm gonna show y'all, hey, I'm not that guy, right? And after a while, it becomes a thing to do. Everybody gonna fight somebody. So if you're not really into fighting, you're gonna learn really fast. You're gonna have to stick up for yourself. But this is a great thing. I'm not here to scare nobody, but this is a great way for you to build up. And when we talk about blanket parties, that means somebody in your 50-man bay, like I was in, somebody keep messing up. So we got to teach them, hey, okay, we got to keep getting screwed up. We got to keep getting smoked because you can't get your stuff together. We are going to show you how to get your stuff together by beating you down. Corrective training. That's what it is. It's great therapy. You're going to hurt. You're going to be nice sleep, and we're going to wake up in the middle of the night and go to town. Just saying. Expect it. So you might want to get your stuff together. Okay, but let's go ahead and move from basic. All right. So you got your basic, right? You get to basic. You finally get through basic, and I got a little image here I'm going to show you guys. Don't be laughing at my image because this is real spill. All right. So after you make it through basic, that's me right there. That guy right there. Ooh, I had an attitude. Look, I was him. Look how my stuff was creased up. Real nice to go. This is graduation day. This is actually the first time I got to see my old man. This is my first time ever seeing my old man drop any tears. Like literally first time ever. Right. And him and my mom actually drove all the way to Georgia. I think it was their first time coming to Georgia too. Came all the way down to see me. Remember, my old man, for those who've been watching the content over a while, he was not with me going. But I was not with seeing us struggle. You know what I mean? So this image right here is like very, very historic to me, right? And some of those guys in that basic, I still talk to this day. You know what I mean? A lot of them are out now. Some of them are retired now. Remember, it's been almost 20 years since my first deployment. So imagine basic. But anyways, right? So this is what it looked like. So just imagine this image right here. So you see, there's no crest nowhere. No, nothing. It's just the dude's like, okay, this is the new me. And this moment right here, when you start to embrace and get back with your family or whoever comes see you, and some people didn't have no family come see them. And it was like they had to watch everybody else embrace everybody else, right? But when this happens, you think that's the happiest you're ever going to be. And I'm going to tell you, for a moment, yes. But after that, there's a whole nother stage. You got to start to go to school after this. But what they do not tell you is until you are already at your station and where you're going to be going to, once you finish basic, you are already equipped to go deploy. Like right after basic, you could be sent off straight up. Straight up. So you ever hearing these other hoopla stories about you don't always got to go, which some people do be sneaking by. But yeah, one of the most epic and happy moments you will have is when you are able to see your loved ones once again, and just the look on their face, like, damn, man, this dude done changed. You wouldn't think in a few weeks your whole body structure change, your mind changes. You're able to deal with a lot more. I don't care if you was some soft cuddle buddy back at your hometown, you grew a pair in basic, especially your basic was hard like ours. You know what I mean? Probably about the cleanest suit I had. And I'm gonna put it like this: that was a winter suit, not the summer one. The summer one was too dirty. There were 2 towels of BUs, yo. You had a summer one, you had a winter one. The summer one, breeze, you can breathe through it and all that. But the winter one was kind of thick. But you never really used it. Georgia didn't really get that goal. Georgia, you know what I mean? So I never used that one until that day. And that was like one of the proudest. You're right, man. That was one of the proudest moments, right? That day was epic because you don't have time to spend no money unless you was like religious and you went to all the church services. Some people did that to get out of cleaning them bays, right? So if you went to church, you're really religious, you can go to all the church services so you don't have to clean the bays. Oh, but best believe you think you're getting out of it. Some people thought they were getting out of it until you got back. You're getting smoked just because you went to church. Yeah, It's gonna happen. Just know. And like I said, I'm not here to scare nobody, but this is what it is. Now, after you graduate basic, you got to go ahead and get to what they call AIT, right? And this is where you learn your service, you learn your job and stuff like that. When I first signed up, I became a 25 uniform. They don't even got the MOS no more, but it was running cables, running lines, you know what I mean? And doing radios and stuff like that. That's when they had the old green box radios and I mean, had to hit the push button to talk right here and all that. So that's where I was at. But then, I had some disciplinary issues, man. Once you've been locked down and not able to do nothing, and you got a little money on you, you start to have a good time. But you don't realize you're not really fully in the military until you graduate AIT. So yeah, man. I said there was no stress cars, bro, and all the others. Yeah, I heard that they had those stress car stuffs now. Those did not exist, especially when it was time to do combatants. It was not you get the pick who you go up against. Nah, we're gonna put the smallest against the biggest. Yeah, that's what we're doing. But yeah, but this is great for people that are thinking about going. It's not meant to scare you, but it's to prepare you for something you've never. Well, you get stress cards now, so you may be able to throw a flag on the play, and Tom drill sergeant still could put hands on you. But now, I don't know about now, but then it was a little rougher, and you're dealing with human beings that's got power over you that still deal with everyday stressing in life. And so they take that stress out on you legally. Yeah, that's a great way of putting it. Right. But when you get to AIT is a little slider, you know what I'm saying? So you start to learn what your job is. And like me, I was uniform doing radios and stuff like that. I got in some trouble and had to change my whole MOS around and became an 88 mic. And it was probably the best decision because I got to experience more of the military being an 88 mic than I would have been on the radios, right? And I ended up going to Linderwood. I went to Fort Gordon for radios, left from there and went to Linderwood to learn how to drive PLSs, trucks. At the time, we still had the old Humvees, so you learn how to do your job. Once you learn how you do your job and you graduate from there, it's not even like a big celebration like that. It's like, hey, what duty station you going to? Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? So everybody that you was once with, now you are parting seas from them to go meet other people that's already been in the military longer than you. So you got to deal with their attitudes and stuff like that. It's almost like freshman, your freshman is the basic training. I guess I could y'all tell me if I'm right or wrong. Freshman, you go to basic training, then you become a sophomore like AIT. Then once you get your first duty station, you start to learn how stuff go. Well, that's when you're really in the military then. And then from there, once you're in for at least a year and you start to do your first deployment, now you're starting to graduate high school. And I mean? I feel I'm gonna put it like that to kind of give to people that ain't never been. They said I was at Alpha Company 187 Fort Jackson from AIT, and then I went to Fort Leonard Wood 88 Mike School after that. So I did 2 AITs, one for 63 Bravo. I'm keep reading. Hold on, I went really fast. Hold on. Boom. One for, let me go back up. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, you 63 Bravo. Well, I think you changed it. All right, so but yeah, AIT was fun. I had a blast at AIT. AIT, you're gonna have fun. You're gonna have a blast at AIT. I'm not gonna lie. You're gonna have a blast at AIT. Because you don't have so much, you don't have the chains on you no more, so you're free. That's why I say you can easily get in trouble too, because now you got the freedom to go where you want to go. Not all the time. Maybe you get like a weekend pass, something like that. But once you get through AIT and get to the regular Army, now you got all freedoms. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you do from that point on, you are really about to feel freedom. You know what I mean? You do get that little gap. You get that little gap to go home. And some of us went home, some of us didn't go home, kind of reconnect with the family. That was really short-lived for me because I went to Fort Riley. And when I got to Fort Riley, I got clink. God, like, so make sure you got all your paperwork and things in order and stuff like that, so you don't have to go there. I told y'all we're gonna be real on here. I ain't gonna be on here talking about, oh, bro, everything was smooth sailing. No, I kept getting in trouble because the more freedom you got, the more decisions you got to make. That doesn't mean you didn't have this discipline. It was just like, man, I got the freedom to do what I mean. I ain't gotta look over my shoulder, see if some drill sergeant coming. I don't gotta look over my shoulder if some instructor was here. Nah, you don't gotta do none of that. Bet. You know what I mean? Then here's the thing. Now you gotta really start to learn you gotta really learn these things that I'm about to mention right now. Every soldier that's ever joined, I'll say the army. I can say military too, but join the army, know these values, right? You're gonna have to learn loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, personal courage. I think I was right. Loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, personal courage. And those are like the army values. And when you can grasp those army values, you'll start to build camaraderie with other soldiers, like other individuals that are at your duty station. And then you may end up, like I was lucky enough to run into some people I did basic with, like Asher Barnes. I got to run into him, got to run into Laughlin. And some of these people were stationed at Raleigh because Raleigh was about to stand up and go deploy. So I really wasn't at Raleigh that long before we even got ready to stand up to go deploy. Okay, that's why I said I could talk about any aspect of this. Any soldier that actually served, went overseas, did what you did, you got a story to help another person that's deciding to come to the military, no matter what branch it is. And you could be truthful with people and let them know what you're going to expect and some of the mistakes you make. It makes it kind of easier for them. Oh, well, I'm gonna be all right. I mean, physically you're gonna hurt, mentally you're gonna be pushed to the limits, but at the same time, it's manageable. It's doable. Women do it, men do it. It's doable. It's doable. You know what I mean? I got to learn about riding in cattle trucks. I didn't even tell you about that. Riding in cattle trucks was that's how we was transported around in cattle trucks, like for real. Well, I really enjoyed as a 6'3" Bravo, and I went to the AIT, which is light vehicle mechanic. Yep. And then I got reclassed to 88 Mike. I mean, listen, y'all. Everybody talks shit about everybody's MOS. That's just happened. That's a part of the game. Same way people talk shit about everybody else's yes, the Soldier's Creed. I am yeah, that's something you almost can't forget. But everybody talks crap. Same way if you was on a football team, basketball team, whatever type of team, people talk crap to each other. This is what it is, man. Get used to saluting your lieutenants and your officers. You get used to that. You know what I mean? And get used to the sounds getting up. Your body's going to get so used to getting up in the morning doing PT every day. But by that time, PT ain't really going to be that big of a deal. Well, it shouldn't be a big of a deal because you got through basic and AIT and you was doing, depending on where you went, we did PT sometimes twice a day. Sometimes we did it once a day. Running shouldn't be a problem. You made it through basic and AIT. You don't make it through the regular Army because you got to deal with other people that may not be able to keep up. But the better you are, I'm going to say this though, the better you are at PT and the better you are at able to follow instructions, even though there's sometimes that may not make sense, and you can do your job well, you're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. You just got to be careful on the weekend and control your drinking. And if there's something that you got a vice that you had back home and you ain't broke that vice yet and you get in the military where you constantly getting the check all the time, yeah, you're gonna have to find some way to control that. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to find that. Yeah, yep, pack like sardines in a cattle truck. Nah, for real. Y'all talk about watching all type of slavery movies. Riding a cattle truck. Like, yeah, you were literally riding in a cattle truck. And it's so funny because you'll ride by a cattle truck of soldiers going this way, and you'll I can laugh at it now. It's been years now, but at those moments, it's just like, bro, and you hear the conversation with your buddies like, man, bro, we really riding in the cattle truck. These fools really got us in the cattle truck. We going to the we get picked up in and a cattle truck. I'm from Texas. I seen plenty of cattle trucks. This is supposed to be for cows and cattle and pigs. Like, but after a while, man, after a while, it don't even phase you no more. When you get in a regular army, man, you're gonna build some good camaraderie with people. You're gonna build a band of brothers. Not, you can see the movies. I get what you're talking about, band of brothers, but you're gonna build a connection with people that almost will never break over time. It's gonna be some people you're gonna get into it with. It's gonna be some people you're not gonna like. It's gonna be some people that you're gonna deal with that may not like you. But as long as you stay 10 toes on yourself and stand on what you believe and willing to battle for what you want, you'll be all right. The military is not that hard. The military is not that hard. Sometimes we are too stubborn to want to listen. And at times, I was a squared away soldier at times, but if I didn't agree with something, I'm going against it. Period. But I was willing to accept the things that came with that. So you're gonna be a soldier like I was. Be prepared to accept what comes after the decisions you make, right? So like I said, I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you because I attempted to tell so many people that decided to go to the military, but they didn't listen to me. I was like, hey man, you may not want to get married before you join the military, bro. You might not want to do that. Military, hey, it's like hey, listen, you might not want to do that. You know what I'm saying? But many people didn't listen. It is what it is. All right. But let's talk about this part. Right. So we talked a little bit about basic training. We talked about going to AIT. We talked about structural daily routine. That's when you get in the regular military and you're building muscle memory, right? Now let's talk about when you get that first assignment to go deploy. And what comes before your unit gets signed to deploy, you get to go to a place. And I think all of them was in California, though. They may have some different places, but the one I went to was in California. When you get to, and what was it called? Actually, they had called it like the sandbox, but it was just, it's prepping you to train you to get ready to go to Iraq or wherever some people went to Afghanistan, some people went to Iraq. We went to Iraq. Man, what is it called in California, bro, when you got to go out there to do the training? Damn. Fuck, and I went twice. Man, what's that shit called? That's so crazy. I should remember what it's called. It's been that long, guys. But there's some training that you do when you go to California. You're out there and you're going through the whole process of what it's going to be like running on missions and doing these different things, right? You're trained and ready to go. But I'm going to say this, right? There is nothing that NTC, there it goes. Appreciate it, Gonzo. NTC, right? FY, you go NTC and you're a cigarette smoker. You might want to pack up on your packs. All right. It's not like going to field training. When you do field training at your regular unit, you can easily go home after you do the field training. You say NYC, that's New York City. Then NTC is the right one. But yeah, go to NTC. This is where they train you to prepare you to run your own missions, even your NCOs, even your company. Everybody is being challenged to see if they can run procedures and stuff like this to properly get you ready to go downrange. All right. So when your company or unit or battalion finally gets those orders, hey man, y'all are finna stand up and y'all finna go deploy. Right. For me, it was like, fuck, because everybody unit I got to, half these people ain't went nowhere. Damn. So you think you're getting ready, you get out there and do that training, you finish the training, you know what I mean? And FYI, when you're out there doing the training and you got a spouse, somebody back home, hey, keep your bearing. Somebody probably already tapped that. Just letting you know. All right. Yes, I got fat fingers. No, bro. Listen. Hey, listen. I'm just saying. I'll be warning people when they be telling me they go to moose. I say, hey, bro, no relationship, no none of that, bro. Taste the air. see what's going on. You know what I mean? Ranger O said, he said, didn't get to go to NTC. I was supposed to go to when I got there for Raleigh. They said, Hargis, your unit is already in Iraq. You will join them in 30 days. Yep. Yep. I remember what I said earlier. Once you finish basic, you're legally ready to go. You really can jump and go straight over, straight overseas, straight to the dirt. All right. But nothing can compare. Nothing. Man, I'm talking about, I attempt to tell everybody that tells me they want to join the military, I say, bro, please, bro, no relationship. Whatever you got home, leave it at home. Whatever you got going in your mind, leave it at home, bro. Because when you get to this point, when you get to NTC and then, all right, you finally get back from NTC and you come back home, everything that you was trained for does not prepare you. It does not prepare you. Yeah, definitely locked in, man. Shout out to Freeway Records LLC, man. Y'all can go to YouTube, y'all can watch it right there. At the same time, make sure y'all tap in at 5 o'clock today. Industry Talk, man. Big shout out to Big G, JB Braswell, Cherry. They was on yesterday. That conversation, woo. Y'all be careful with bars y'all go to. but listen. And you also got to be careful what bars you go to depending on where you're stationed at. But nothing will prepare you. All the training you do all the way up to this point over the years, probably about a year and some change, probably passed by after you done basic AIT. Basic AIT, you get to your duty station, you go to NTC, some of us went to NTC, you do your training over there and they tell you, hey man, now it's time for you to deploy. And telling your family, hey man, we finna deploy and I may not talk to you guys for quite some time, nothing prepares you for that conversation. Nothing prepares you for that conversation unless you've been one of those kids that was like, man, I've been out here on my own and been taking care of stuff early on in age. So you may be a little better off than others, right? Okay, so let's go here. Boom. I'm gonna make sure I stay on my time. We got 20 minutes. So boom. All right, you get to NTC, you get to duty station, everybody's like, all right, boom, we standing up. Now you're getting split up in sections where you're gonna be at, and they tell you, all right, get your bags, we finna go and fly out. Right. So when you heart's already pumping, but you get like this thing of excitement. I get to use all the stuff that I was trained to do. And you also got the fear like, damn, bro, this is real. We may not come back. All right, whatever, we're going. And especially if it's your first deployment. This is my first deployment, the first time I went. Got up, boom, we going. We get to a place called Kuwait. Right? Now, Kuwait, at the time, y'all, and also some other military people probably gonna laugh when they hear this one. When I got to Kuwait, I was like, oh man, this ain't nothing. It's hot. And you want to get a little taste of what it's like to get to Kuwait when dealing with that type of heat. Turn your oven on to 450. Right? I think ovens only go to 500. So, right. So turn it on to like 450, 400 degrees, right? Let it get hot. Once it gets all the way to the 400 degrees, just open up the oven and put your head right there, and that's what your whole body gonna feel. That's the best way I can explain what Kuwait is like. So when you get to Kuwait and your first time deploying, you're thinking, oh man, this ain't nothing, man. I went through harder stuff than this. This ain't nothing. You seeing little stores, little Iraqi little shops, and all the little things. You seeing the Air Force living it up, playing what the hell they was they weren't playing soccer. What was that they was playing when we was there? I'm talking about everything was nice. Football, they had the football. They're throwing a little football back and forth, and we're just landing. Mind you, this is not where you're being sent to. This is where you transition from. So when we get in there, we're there for about a few weeks, maybe, if that. They're getting prepared. You're not, listen, down with everybody talking about. Kuwait ain't shit. It's hot, yes, but it ain't the real deployment you're going to. You get to Kuwait and you wait. And you wait. Hurry up and wait is the most thing you're going to learn in the military. Hurry up and wait is going to be your best friend. right? Because it's gonna happen almost every single day. So yeah, hot as yes, no doubt. Floating in the Persian Gulf was the same way. 115 on the already. No, and you got metal and all type of stuff around. Oh yeah, full on meltdown. Every day you're gonna be smelling like ass. I don't care. You can take a whole shower. By the time you got a shower, you're gonna start sweating again. It's just like that. It is what it is. But remember, you signed up for it, so you can't bitch about it. All right, so boom. Let's talk. And me and the guys was talking about this. So me and the guys was talking about this a few days ago. All right, so when we leave Kuwait and they're picking us up on these, there's something called a Chinook, y'all. I don't know if y'all have ever seen Chinooks, and I should probably get a picture of Chinook to show you guys what a Chinook is. But there's this flying device, troop carrier, and they carry more than just troops, but it's a troop carrier. And just think about having those big green duffel bags y'all see all the time. Big green duffel bag, and you're holding a duffel bag like this. You got your A and B bag, got all your gear on, got your weapon. And all you can do is do this. You can look this way, you can look this way. And you're flying at night because there's gunfire. There's gunfire. Oh, God, bro. Yeah, that C-130 is a mug, too. Oh, shit. Matter of fact, yeah, it was C-130s, Chinooks. But you're thinking Kuwait is where you're gonna be stationed at, and it's such a mind fuck. It's a mind fuck because what we got sent to Fob Falcon of all places, right? And this is the sound. And God, as a matter of fact, you can watch all the movies you want, but when you hear and you hear the guy behind doing it, and he that mug is laying down fire. Remember your first deployment? All you done seen was movies and did training. You're smelling stuff. You got oh man, heart. Damn, that mug come down. And when it lands, man, them dudes ain't trying to hear nothing. Get off my plane. Get off this chopper. Get off. And you just see a herd of individuals coming off. Man, that was the real welcome. That was the real, hey, you in the shits now? Welcome to the army. I'm talking about the hardest people that was talking the biggest cash shit, assholes tight. I'm sorry. I'm talking about, bro, y'all can talk all that street stuff y'all want. You can talk all that street stuff you want. You can talk streets all day. You ain't doing what's going on out. You're not doing what's going on here. You know what I'm saying? You're getting shot at while you're coming down and it's pitch black and you can't see nothing. And all you gotta do is you got people yelling at you, hurry up and get off, and you attempting to search a bag. They just like grab a bag because they want you to get off so they can keep going. Because there ain't no there's anything. They ain't got time to wait for you. They gotta get gone so they don't get shot out the air. That right there was my real wake-up call. Like, damn, bro, this real. And I remember we went through all this training, basic AIT, went through all of that stuff, right? But that is when that was my hey, welcome. That was my real hey, welcome to the army, bro. Like that was the real welcome to the army. Facts. How many of those man, a lot of people froze. I'm talking about, man, I'm from Chicago, bro. I'm built for this. Bro, I'm from South Carolina, bro. I'm built for this. Man, when them things when it started to rain fire, all that gangster stuff went out. Listen, I'm not making fun of nobody in their city, town, the hood you from, and all that, bro. But you not laying waste like these type rounds. You ain't got that type of artillery. You could play like it, but you ain't got that type of and for it being my first time going there, and it's like, and listen, I ain't no pushover. These brothers, people tell I'm not no pushover, but that was a real wake up call. Okay, I need to pay attention, man. I need to be on. I mean, that first week, there's something called a defect. This is where we go eat our food. Where you hear military people say chow. This is where we go eat, right? So where we go eat at would get hit so much. I'm talking about when we first got there, we was intense. You think, okay, we intense, and it's a war zone, we intense. Boom. They transition us from the tents to, let me tell you guys something. We got transitions from tents to taking over the National Guard's space where they was at, the Iraqi National Guard spot. We took that spot over and they moved out to the outside the fob. I was sleeping in the shower spot. I'll never forget it. That was my living quarters until they started clearing all these rooms and stuff out. Then we was able to get our own spot. Then you got partnered with somebody to be in the room. This is when you really start to get close with people because, hey, bro, you mess up, I mess up. I want to come home. You want to come home. So you going to get right. Ain't no, I don't want to. Ain't no, I don't want it. It's bro, we gotta come home. Yeah, man, they was hitting us with so many mortar rounds. Listen, this how bad it got. I ain't gonna lie. It's how bad it got. We kept getting hit with mortar rounds so much we got used to it. I'm talking about you got your tray, getting your, here we go. Perfect example. You getting incoming, the sirens come on, boom, boom, boom. Rockets are coming in, boom, right? And you just like, man, you see the Indian people and everybody that actually helps the military with their food and services. You see them motherfuckers take off, and you just like, man, let me go and get this myself because I got to get right back on mission. That's how your mind goes. That's how bad your mind goes when you've been in that. And here's the thing, you know what I mean? No, this is how they screwed us up. Gonzo gets out for the people with couch for this. All right. You know how they tell you, all right, man, y'all about to get ready to go home. Nah, bro. But I can talk about this topic all the time. Nah, they formed us all up. Hey, man, you know what I mean? I know y'all thought y'all about to go home, but we're going to have to extend y'all deployment. You can see people's faces just anger. You think you finna go home and ain't it. It ain't it. But before you even get to the deployment stage, you still gotta make it through. You still gotta make it through basic, AIT, and your regular army without getting too much trouble. Remember when the mortar came through the Chaha roof? Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. I remember when I first, there was something we had to pull. Man, I could really pull up images. I ain't got that much time, but I'm gonna pull up. Let me pull this stuff up, bro. I know if YouTube will block me from doing this, but I'm gonna attempt it right now. But there was times where they would call something called blackout. And I'm gonna talk about they might come out, but there's something called blackout, right? Blackout is when a soldier or someone becomes unalived, right? And I think the first person that passed away was a mechanic at Echo Company that ended up passing away, right? And that's when there's no internet, there's no phone, there's none of that. There's none of that, right? And here we go. Here we go. Boom, you go. There you go. I'm gonna show you guys this. Let me show you guys this image because I don't want to just talk about it. It's better to just show you an image of it. Will it let me get the image? Let's see. Here we go. And it looked like somebody had put it up. And this is what it looks like when you get hit with incoming. Boom. And this is and I'm gonna explain what I'm finna show you guys. I really hope they don't cut. I really hope they don't cut me on this, but it's only the last 7 minutes, so it's cool. It's cool. We ain't doing no trick. Let's go here. And some of you guys may remember this location. I got some other pictures too that I don't know. They'll let me show this. Look at this. Boom. All right. So this right here, y'all remember this? This is where we stayed. You see how I got the sandbags by the rooms and stuff like that? Now that's the talk, though. That's the talk. Right behind the talk, this is right behind the talk. That's where the explosives and stuff look like, right? Now this is in 2007, Baghdad 2007, right? This is Fob Falcon, right? Like for real, like real deal. I'm gonna show you guys what the defect look like. And I'm gonna say this because shout out to Sergeant Black. She's got a new book out too, and you guys can check it out too. I'm gonna show you guys this picture right here, and this will give you an idea what our facilities look like when it was time to eat and chow down. Boom. That's Sergeant Black right there, Gonzo. I bro say all time one. Okay, bet. We'll go on for a little bit more. Hey, Gonzo, yo, look at that. Look who that is right. That's Sergeant Black right there. You know what I mean? And listen, this image, this is what we were at to get our food, right? And this place would get bombed. These guys would take the hell off, and you'll have to start feeding yourself. You have to go ahead and grab your own stuff. You know what I mean? And when we explain these things, people don't get it. Now, this is Baghdad, Iraq. This is September 17, 2007, right? 4th Brigade Combat Team, 1st Infantry Division. Okay, that tells you exactly where we're at, man. And yeah, bro. Oh, bro, you know, I got some. See, y'all got images that y'all got pictures of, bro. I got stuff that people be sending me, and they'll, man. Sometimes y'all gotta understand with some of these images, it kind of bring back moments, bro, where it's like, damn, bro, some of these individuals aren't here with us anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna show you guys this, and yeah, bro. This is why Big G, you be wondering, like, do I be talking to my vets? Like some of these guys that's on here was here with me. And they'll contest to some of this, right? This is what our first deployment looked like. Now, these do they got I don't know if I got a pointer. I don't know if you guys can see my mouse or nothing like that, but this is what man, I'm gathering myself, y'all, because I saw a video yesterday of our deployment, and some of those people are not with us today, and it's one of them. It's one of them things, man. But we not finna, we ain't finna get on here and be like, oh, what was me? Nothing to do with that today. But listen, these are the Humvees that we had right now. We didn't have the soft top. We actually had some hard door Humvees, and that big blimp that you see right there, that's not just a blimp. That thing right there would able, that thing right there, you will be able to see miles and miles away through that camera, right? And these are little barriers. I mean, oh man, these are some good times, y'all. Now, it was hell, but it was some good times, man, like really good times that we had out here. We learned a lot about loyalty. We learned a lot about loyalty, all that extra talking about how you so hard, that don't mean nothing, man. Until you get into situations like that to where you gotta, I don't care, you can have somebody that you've just got through fighting with, right? But it's time to go red. When I say go red, that means we finna go on convoy, your weapon is hot, the convoy is ready to go out the door, and you're hitting the gate, right? every time, and this is about the best way I can explain this for people that ain't never experienced nothing like this. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. Okay, and this is why I can say this. When every time you go out that gate, it's like you're playing with death. I know it's supposed to say unalive on here. You plan to cheat the Grim Reaper. That's about the best way I can say that. I think I can say that on here. You're planning to cheat the Grim Reaper, right? So we all, and the reason why I'm talking about this, been 20 years since I did that first deployment. I went on 2 tours, and I got some pictures from the second tour too. But when you decide to make that choice to go serve, man, it's the best decision you can ever make. Because right now, I'm thankful the way my life is right now. I deal with a lot of, matter of fact, let's just take it that way. I can show you guys scar wounds from here down. I got metal in my jaw. I can, but at the same time, the band of people that I've got to this day, I ain't got to talk to them about 10, 15 years and it'll feel like I've never left them. That's something that you're not going to get at home. That's something you're not going to get from the set. That's something you're not going to get from meeting somebody on the street. You're talking about meeting people you ain't never grew up with, never rocked with, and you become so together, it's like an unbreakable force. So when I hear, like I watch Indus Talk Show and I hear people going in like, oh, bro, we all need to stand up. We need to come together. A lot of people have never experienced stuff like this. You ain't never experienced nothing like this, so you're going to be hard for you to understand what it's talking about coming together. When you in a spot where you got people that was raised where they ain't supposed to like you, but when you go out that gate, hey, we riding. And I talk about a lot of these. I got some videos of me talking about this stuff. Anyway, shit. Let me stop. All right, for real, this is where those bonds. Yeah, this is where they're built, bro. Like, even when you fall down hard, coming back as a veteran, you gotta that transition I'm gonna talk about that maybe tomorrow, about the transitioning coming from the military, coming back home, man. But the memories and that the first time I seen a body coming through that gate, bro, got hit with so we worked with some Iraqi National Guards as well, right? So we're really there to support infantry at the same time, provide materials and assets for people in that country, right? Especially where we was at, right? So you never could tell who was good or bad. Right here, you can tell people good or bad. Over there, everybody look the goddamn same. Okay, so yeah, ain't tomorrow you crying. I'm holding back some shit right now, but it's a different type of bond. So when y'all see soldiers out here have attitudes, man, and not really associating with a lot of people, because a lot of people ain't never been through nothing like this. People talk a lot of game. They talk a lot of shit, man. But until you feel something like this and you see your brothers, and when you come home and you lose more people when you come home than being over there, it does something to you, right? And most veterans come home, they end up losing everything, and then have to restart life and rebuild everything back up. All right. But like I said, I'm not doing this to scare nobody away from signing up. It's the best decision I've made. At the same time, there's things that come with this decision. But your life can be taken care of when you got some great NCOs. We've had a lot of people pass away. That's why what Gonzo's built with that visual was powerful. Trust and believe, man. Cat Williams, man, you need to have some type of racial. You need to have white as a friend, Mexican as a friend, all these people as a friend. You need to have a veteran on your team, because a veteran will show you, especially a good one, will show you what loyalty really is like. Because your brothers can do things to you where you can be mad and upset, but when it comes to you really needing them, you'll show up. You'll show up. Angel and me and Angel have. Woo, she could tell you. She could tell you. She's had to deal with me for a while, man. But these it's just a different type of loyalty. It's a different type of honor, man. So don't let nobody. I'm not listen. You can't talk bad about the military around me. I'm gonna slap fire from me, and you're gonna wonder what happened. You're gonna be like, bro, you just talking outside your neck, so I need to fix your neck. Okay, okay, we can say that. All right, I'm just safe to say that. But listen, man, you do decide to go. This is not a scare tactic. This is just to prepare you for what uh, these people will tell you. But just know it's real. It's not a game because anytime you go outside them gates, you cannot come back home, right? And I encourage you guys to. I encourage you guys to join. I'm put it like that. You having trouble at home? School's not for you. Things ain't going right. They up the age to 42. Hey man, do what you gotta do. We serve with some people that join the military in their later age, like later 30s, like for real. And still with some great NCOs, great soldiers, you know what I mean? Serve with some amazing people. Get ready for some sleep deprivation for sure. But mine's gonna be a little twisted, but at the same time, it was the best decision I've ever made. Because I don't know where I would be at right now. Because I ain't gonna lie, I'd probably be where my brother's at right now. Not gonna lie to y'all. Just being honest. But it's a great decision, man. It's your boy inside. I gotta cut off. Listen, man, I support I don't care what, sir. Now we joke about all the services and all that, you know what I'm saying? I was watching the video earlier of the air. I had to laugh for a second. I was watching the video they had on Facebook where the Air Force recruits was coming in. I was just watching the way they was talking to. They was being so kind. Anyway, nah, man. Shout out to all the services. Sometimes we don't get along with everybody, but it's still a band of brothers, it's still Brandon's brothers. And Angel has a message for Hargis. All right. I told Bradley he gonna get beat up for that movie. Now, if you guys have not seen The Forest, maybe I'll talk about that. But The Forest movie, okay. There has some moments in the movie where it was like, oh, damn. But it wasn't like that scary. It had some shocking moments, but it wasn't that scary. She was looking at me, I was looking at her. I was like, it was just too the scare moments was kind of spread out. But anyways, besides the point. Make sure you guys tap in with Industry Talk at 5. Tap in with Angel Williams. She's got amazing books out right now. She's working on putting these novels out. She's doing a damn thing. So shout out to her, man. She's in the comments getting on me right now. I'm actually thinking I'm finna go on one of these modes. I'm not finna go on the mode, not on the camera, but it's hard. I'm not gonna say it's hard to talk about some of this stuff, man. But that video I saw, hey, hold on, y'all. Damn it. I'm gonna do it, bro. And then I'm gonna stop because some shit, boy. Some shit, it get to me. And a lot of other people act like they really badass. Some of this stuff don't bother them, but some of this stuff bothered me. And it didn't dawn on me how long it's been since I've seen some of these people, some of these individuals. And there's a video, and I'm gonna show this video. If it'll allow me to show the video. If it'll allow me to show the video, I'm gonna show this. Oh fuck, man. All right, Angel. Here we go. After this, I'm gonna stop because no, I think she really can tell when moments may happen. But check this out, guys. I'm gonna show this. I am going to show this. And tell me, just hold it. Gotta fucking hold it together, man. Just gotta hold it together. All right, here, check it out. Boom. Hold it together. That's what we're gonna do. I miss some of these guys, man. Let's go. Here's a video. You guys get to see a little spell of this, but it's on my Facebook. You guys can check it out on the Facebook. But I never got to see this video until 2 days ago. And it's one of them ones. One of them.
Thank you, family members from all family.
Commander for 610 BSB.
This was the actual
I just want to let
deployment.
you know that the soldiers of HHC are working hard. We're continuing to work hard even though the temperatures are continuing to heat up. The S1 section is headed by Lieutenant Johnston, and Sergeant First Class Williams is the NCOIC. And they're working hard to maintain accountability for the battalion and do all the administrative processing for all the paperwork that flows with the battalion.
I'm gonna show you
S2
guys my
is
bro.
headed by Captain Kaler and Sergeant Yerkes.
I'm gonna show you my bro. We're gonna take you out of
Battalion.
Golf Gate. Golf Gate.
The whole brigade.
There's
I'm PFC Crothers from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Working out here, rolling convoys, doing what we do best, keeping it on the road.
I'm in charge of the 3rd squad. I'm the squad leader. I got 5 soldiers up under me. Matter of fact, there's 6 soldiers, 2 NCOs, 4 dogs. So right now, I'm working at.
this is Golf Gate. Right here, this is Golf Gate. Gonzo, this is what we was talking about earlier, Golf Gate. This Golf Gate right here, guys. Yo, we about to get a video call after this. Yeah, Angel's gonna go off, bro. But yeah, all right, let me stop, but I'm gonna show Walk, bro, because I guess my bro Walks on everybody that some of these people y'all just don't know, man. There's Walk, bro. Look, there's Walker right there, man. Shout out Walk, bro. Bro up there just big. He like
I'm guarding the gate, golf gate, and the 113.
he on the 113. That's what we. All right, let me stop. Anyways, man, it's been a great show. Great conversation. Make sure you respect the soldiers out here that have survived, that have decided to do this thing, man, because it's one of them. It's one of them moments that that can really humble you. I don't even like the word humble. Structure your mind to say life is something to cherish. Life ain't a game, bro. Yeah, RIP to all the bros, man. Sergeant Stampley's gone. Fuck, man. Walk's gone. That's Dallas Walker right now. Dallas Walker's still alive. The other Walker, Hollywood, he's passed away. All right, man. Yeah, we gonna. All right, it's been a great show, man. It's your boy Inside. Yeah, one of them, boy. One of them. No, this is not a dream. You're in the world of Inside Speaks. We're inspiring you to find happiness in your world. Guess what? We outside with it. We like to hammock camp, bike, as well as ruck. That's right. I'm an Army veteran. I served 2 tours, man, with some great individuals, man. We had our ups, we had our downs. No, this is not a dream. You're in the world of Inside Speaks. We're inspiring you to find happiness in your world. Guess what? We outside with it. We like to hammock camp, bike, as well as ruck. That's right. I'm an Army veteran. I served 2 tours, man, with some great individuals, man. We had our ups, we had our downs, just like you go through in life. But I tell you what, I'm going to share some of them stories with you on this channel.